It's overcast and 69 degrees. Another hour with Bob Lonsberry starts now. And for breaking news 24/7, go to wham1180.com. I'm Alexa Olson, News Radio, Wham 1180.
Thank you, Mrs. Olson. I appreciate that. And troops, I appreciate you showing up for muster. And obviously, I hope all is cool and copacetic on your end. Barry, speaking to Barry V, voice of God, radio person, stuff like that. Barry?
Yes, sir?
You're an old guy. You've been around a long time.
I have.
You've seen roller derby.
I have.
Come through town maybe a time or two, whatever else like that.
Yes.
In your mind, when you close your eyes and you envision a roller derby athlete, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing this very muscular woman. And
Those
some
actually aren't muscles, but go ahead.
And some other blondes alongside.
Okay. Blondes have to be okay. I don't discriminate.
The blondes are more noticeable, I guess.
The hair's really irrelevant,
and
plus
they're going around in a circle. And
as I'm looking at this in my mind, the hair is hidden by a helmet, Barry.
Yeah, well.
So they go around and around in a circle?
In a circle, yep. And then I envision
with really big muscles
that I'm being thrown out the ring into the chairs.
Okay.
And then I wake up.
So you're skating with them.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. I'm trying to keep close.
Oh, you get as close
in the
as
little
you
circle.
Possibly can.
Yes.
Just try to get into that little circle. That's the story of your adult life, Barry. 2 thumbs up on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a roller derby is in our town. We're going to be joined by Rich Jones, the current father of Rochester Roller Derby. But though you are not a promoter primarily today, you are an athlete?
Yeah, I'm a skater. I skate for the men's team, the Flower City Fear men's roller derby team. We're in our very first year here in Rochester, so you may not have heard of us before.
There's a chance that people haven't heard of that before. Also, let me say, speaking from my completely sexist mind, men can play roller derby?
I would say so, yes. I mean, I'm out there trying my darndest.
Beside you is Chris Schramm, another male roller derby athlete. Men can play roller derby?
We sure can, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Because to be honest with you, I thought roller derby was about watching hot chicks in shorts. That's all. I apologize. I didn't know.
It was for quite a while.
Yeah, for 10 years here in Rochester. Yeah, they started in 2008.
Those days were known as the good old days. In fact, there continues, Rich, to be a ladies roller derby team here?
There's the Rock City Roller Derby. That's how I got involved with roller derby to begin with, because I'm their head announcer. I do all their games. I announce all of them, and that's how I was initiated into this. And then the men's team started this past year, and it's like I fit the description of what they needed to skate. I was a man. I could afford skates.
Pretty loosely defined, I'll be honest with you,
now I'm not an Adonis like you mentioned earlier, or maybe it was Barry V mentioning earlier, big muscular Adonises and everything. But,
I think Adonis might have been muscles might have been a figure of speech. I think it was that was a code word, Rich.
Gotcha.
So Flower City Fear competes where and when? And
well, this weekend we're going to compete at the Genesee Valley Ice Arena, 131 Elmwood Avenue. Doors are at 11. But we also travel the country and play teams from everywhere.
As far away as Erie, Pennsylvania and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've been as far as Massachusetts. We had a game last weekend in Utica. We've been to a tournament in Pennsylvania, Philly.
Cleveland. We were Cleveland last year.
We went to Cleveland last year. Yeah.
Outstanding. Now, you mentioned at the you don't do it on ice, do you?
No, it's just at the arena.
It would add a lot. Roller derby is played how? How does it score? As I watch it, how do I know who's winning?
Well, there's 2 positions, basically. There's a jammer.
Can you hold on just a second? Yeah. Hey, Barry, homeboy says there are just 2 positions. Is that right?
I have to disagree with that.
Well. In roller derby, there are only 2 positions, really.
What are they?
There's a jammer who is the offensive person, the point scorer.
The person who's going forward, trying to pass others and score.
Exactly.
And they're the defensive players?
And then the defensive players are the blockers, and that's primarily what I do.
These are elbow throwers, is that right?
Elbows are a little bit illegal, but I can use most of my body to stop the opposing jammer.
When I've seen this on TV, there's a lot of elbow throwing that goes on.
It's quite different than the WWE-esque style that you might have seen on TV.
Is that right? Because you might want to consider it. Because when is a jammer, that's the person who's going around trying to score?
They have a star on their helmet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And does each team have a jammer at one time?
Yep. Correct. Yeah. Each team at any time will field a jammer each, and then for blockers.
So there are
up to
10 men on the track at one time.
Correct.
How do you know who's offense, or can they both be on offense at the same time?
So the jammer is going to be identified with a star helmet cover, basically, and you'll be able to tell who they are because you focus on them.
Can you hold on a second? Hey, Barry, I'm the jammer. You're the blocker. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
It's not a big deal. Somebody's got to be.
Somebody has to do it.
Somebody has to be.
But that's the thing about the blockers too, is they not only do they play defense against the opposing team's jammer, but they also make holes for their jammer to get through and score. So you have to play offense and defense at the same time.
And whoever's jammer gets ahead. I mean, theoretically, offense and defense are being played simultaneously by both teams.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right.
And a point is scored how?
After the jammer makes their initial pass, they get through the pack and they've gone around the track one time. On the second pass through, once they pass each individual person, you get a point for that.
For each individual person?
Per lap, yeah.
So there could be a lot of points scored.
Yeah, absolutely. We were on the unfortunate end of a couple 40-point jams last weekend by
He's unfortunate.
Really good jam.
Unfortunate and means you lost.
Yeah,
very badly.
And you got to remember
Don't
this.
worry about that. Don't worry about that.
You got to remember this too. Is a jam. A jam is 2 minutes maximum time on the track. Then you take everybody off and you bring in the next team to play the next jam. So it's but. If the first jammer to get through the pack, they call that the lead jammer, and they can, if they put their hands on their hips multiple times, they can call that jam off at any time. So a lot of times, is you strategically
you call the jam off, and then what happens? You just skate around in a circle?
No, you're done. Then you get off the track, and your next teammates come on and for the next jam. But you can do that. You can score like 5 points and then call it off real quick before the other guy can get through the pack. And so it's the strategy behind it is to stop the other team.
Okay, sounds like rugby rules to me.
It is a lot.
It's very similar to rugby in some aspects.
Each team will have two teams, right?
Well, we have multiple lineups, not necessarily teams, but it's like hockey.
You call it a
line
lineup
changes.
or a line?
Yep. So you have your buddies that you're going to be on the track with, and then you go out there, do your jam, then you get rest, and then basically every 2 minutes or once it's called off, you get to switch positions and go.
In a jam, which is this period, and that's 2 minutes.
Correct. At the max, yeah.
Wow, it sounds like a lot of exertion there.
There's 2 30-minute halves too.
I had to skate for 2 minutes, Barry, and it was very hard. And a man with a star on his helmet kept skating past me.
Or ramming into the back of you.
Now, in a jam in 2 minutes, what can Barry, do you have any thoughts on this?
Boy, I'll tell you, they were in the unfortunate end. Anybody scoring 40 times is doing well.
He was an incredible guy.
Barry, that's not entire lifetime. That's just one game.
Oh,
okay.
That's one jam.
That's one jam.
That's 1 2 minutes. He scored 40
so
points.
So
in 2 minutes.
Incredible. Does that mean that their jammer was unusually fast?
Correct. Yeah. Very skilled, unusually fast.
And the blockers, who would tend to be larger gentlemen.
Yeah.
I mean, as you
guilty
as you two clearly demonstrate.
Sure.
You want to be blockers, but also you got to be skating like heck, right? Because the faster you go, the harder it is for him to catch you and pass you and lap you, right?
Correct. Yeah. A lot of the defensive. Basically, the defensive plays are done in formations, whether we use a four wall or a hypercube, as we call it.
Can you hold hands?
We can hold hands.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Do you ever? Here's another thing too. I don't need to hear about the touching. I'm very uncomfortable with that. This is a conservative show, okay? Gotcha. I voted for Trump, baby. I don't go for that.
Gotcha.
He tweeted on this the other day. Did they back when this was on TV years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, they would do a thing where you'd get the 4 blockers. And then they would join hands, and then the jammer would be on the end, and they do like this whiplash
slingshot
and fire that person down the track. Do they do that?
They do that. We see that slingshots. Yeah,
it's a little bit less practical now, based off the rule book and how play has changed over the years. Right. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I wish I could just go out there and elbow drop somebody.
You did not end up in roller derby being a guy who follows the rules. You know what I'm saying? You've gone rogue in the world of sports right there.
Yes,
definitely. It's an extreme sport. Yeah,
Flower City Fear. And again, website or anything real quick, people learn more?
Yeah,
we'll take
Facebook.com, Facebook.com/Flower City Fear, flowercityfear.com.
Okay, so you're a Facebook page?
We have a
That's
Facebook
okay.
page.
That's okay. No, that's okay.
We have a real one, too.
A lot of 12-year-olds are on Facebook, too.
Yes.
FlowerCityFear.com.
Yeah,
Okay,
you see-
well, no, flowercityfear.com. Flower,
Absolutely.
Flour.
That's right.
Correct.
We'll be back with more keen insights into roller derby in just a moment on News Radio Wham 1180. This is not about you guys. This is about Paul Tucci. Barry V today, the songs of Paul Tucci. We're with Chris Schramm and Rich Jones, who are both members of the Flower City Fear, and it's flowercityfear.com, and also on Facebook you can get the schedule, order tickets, and there's a game this weekend.
There is, yes, Saturday at noon.
Is that on? Yeah, it's there we go. Saturday at noon?
Yep, correct. Saturday at noon at 131 Elmwood Avenue.
What do tickets cost?
They're $10. You can buy them ahead of time or at the door.
Outstanding. And you are both volunteers.
Yeah, everybody basically volunteers to do this. We're not, considered pro athletes. We're not making a paycheck. We are not, collecting any money. There's very few sponsorship opportunities, but some people do get sponsorships, but everything basically comes out of pocket, whether it's for travel, whether it's for new gear. We pay monthly dues so we can rent out, Genesee Valley Ice Arena, so we can rent our practice space.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, we also, like for instance, we use charitable things to get money. Like we're doing the thing Pious Skater on Saturday, where we have 3 skaters' faces on a sign, someone walking around, and people donate $1 to which skater they want to see get pied in the face after the game ends. And so we make money off stuff like that. Maybe we might get a couple $100 out of that, and then someone gets pied in the face when the game is over. So,
Hey Barry,
I think we should do Barry.
they don't do that with the female roller derby.
Oh,
no, they do.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Oh, they do pie.
To be fair,
That's where we stole it.
We stole your idea.
Yes. Yeah. It may not sell as well. Just a thought. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
As an announcer, they tend to want to pie me because I'm continuously talking.
He talks for like an hour and a half at a time, and at the end they
just want to shut me up, so put a pie in my mouth.
You also do it volunteer to maintain your Olympic eligibility.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Yeah, we're pushing for 2020 Olympics. Yeah,
Very nice. What's that thing the Canadians do where they throw the stone on the ice?
Curling.
Curling.
Yeah.
This is like American curling, isn't it?
I would almost rather play curling.
that obscure, crazy sport that you think, what is that? And then you do it and love it.
It looks like housekeeping. They got brooms and they're going like crazy.
You have fun doing roller derby.
I have a ton of fun. It's literally the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Huh? Well, like loving your mom and dad was less rewarding than this, or
Yes.
Okay. Well,
no disrespect to my mom or dad, but
I'm sure they're wonderful people, but-
as far as personal victories go, roller
Excellent.
derby was absolutely one of the best
and
decisions I've ever made.
For outstanding, I'm glad to hear that. And for spectators, they enjoy it pretty much. Right?
I think it's fantastic. As I'm a fan, that's what basically got me into the game. You watch something and you want to do it, and this was something that I could actually do. The amazing thing about roller derby is it's for everybody. Everybody has a spot on the track. Basically, you could be 7 foot tall and thin, or you can be 5'9" and 320 pounds like I am, and still be successful. And that's what really drew me to the sport.
Speaking with Chris Schramm, also Rich Jones, flowercityfear.com. Game coming up this weekend, men's roller derby. On roller skates, a contact sport, not throwing elbows, though I recommend it. People could fall down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we fall down pretty frequently. There's injuries. Unfortunately, one of my buddies broke his leg during a game last year in Pittsburgh. That was pretty brutal. People are definitely getting hurt. It's not great. We do it because we love it, but it sucks at the end of the day.
Go ahead.
It's the first thing we learn is to fall. It's they teach you how to fall correctly so you don't get hurt. I mean, we have pads on our knees, elbows, and our wrists. But that's the thing is, if you learn to fall correctly, then the injuries are cut down immensely.
If in the jam, which is the 2-minute bout or round or whatever, if you will, if somebody falls down, say a blocker or whatever, it's play on, right? You have to get up and go, and that could disorganize your play or whatever. Falling down helps the offensive interests of the opposing team, right?
It's almost our idea and our plan is to knock people down and knock them out of bounds, put them in a position to...
Hardly seems nice, Mr. Schramm.
I'm not a nice guy on the track. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm generally a teddy bear, but for an hour and a half, every once in a while, I turn into a a monster, basically.
Real
And,
quick, they're playing music. We have to run. Tell us when the game is, how we can get tickets, and why they ought to come see.
I think you should come check us out. It's a lot of fun. All the things you loved about old school roller derby. Big hits, lots of speed. There are some women on the team if that's what you're interested in. Come check us out tomorrow. Doors are at 11. First whistle's at noon, 131 Elmwood Avenue. Come check us out, flowercityfear.com. You can buy tickets at the door. We hope to see you there.
Is the team co-ed or women have their own team?
The team is co-ed.
We have a couple of girls playing for us.
We should have talked about this a lot earlier.
We try not to lead with that.
God bless those ladies. Have great fun. Be safe. Thanks for entertaining us, and thanks for telling us about it.
Thanks for having us.
flowercityfear.com. News Then You on News Radio Wham 1180.
No matter